What does it take to commit suicide? Does it take a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, or just a bad life? It is said that water is life. It is also said that the human body is made up of 60% water, so how long do you need to spend under the sun before all the water evaporates away and all you remain with is a lifeless shell, full of nothing but thoughts of why heaven is no better than hell after all? What they both promise is eternity. And even though hell is said to be painful, at least you get to have somebody to feel and understand your pain, which is something that earth could never offer. What does it take to commit suicide? How much sorrow do you need to endure before you have enough content to make a suicide note that will make people feel bad for not being there for you? How many angry letters should you write to God giving him an ultimatum? That is, either he shows up to help or you tighten the noose and let yourself hang loose because you can't handle the pain any longer by yourself. How much tears do you need to shed before you have a bucket load of evidence you're breaking down under the weight of your depression to attach to the letters before you forward them to his doorstep? And how many times do you forward those letters and close together with that bucket load of sour watery emotions to God's doorstep before you realize that he lives in your heart? So every one of those insults you sent to him and every stress in the syllables of the long words you carefully picked out of the dictionary to describe your excruciatingly increasing agony was as fuel to the already blazing inferno of stress in your heart. What does it take to commit suicide? How much pain should you suffer from before you become used to it? Before your body becomes numb enough to not involuntarily dodge the bullet as you pull the trigger while pointing a gun to your own head? Before your hands become as heartless as being willing to slit open the wrists of the other? Before you can finally agree to be your own murderer? Paid by the pain you were suffering from to be the sniper that finally puts an end to your own life? What does it take? Yesterday, a girl jumped off the 10th floor of a hotel building to kill herself, and it made me wonder, if she chose to die to end her pain, then why end her life in such a painful way? I asked myself, do people ever smile before they put an exclamation mark in their own life story, or do they frown, saddened by the reality that they've left behind more question marks than answers for anybody who ever cared about them? I had a bad day today, and I asked myself, is this enough for me to commit suicide, or does it take a little bit more before I can justify my suicidal thoughts? How much more pain do I need to experience before this poem can become a suicide note? I read somewhere that giving up is a choice, and today I wondered, could the same be said about suicide? Cain.